this franchisee since the start of it. And Mumbai Indians is one team and one franchisee which believes a lot in sort of continuity in terms of the players that they have in their squad, the coaching staff. So, keeping that in mind, in your perspective, how much does that change given that Charlotte Edwards has moved on and Lisa has come in? What sort of philosophies kind of get changed, altered in terms of your approach, your planning, your execution on the field, probably?
Well, Mumbai Indians as a franchisee is one of the finest franchisee. If you see, have done so well in the last couple of years in men's cricket. Been doing so well consistently. They have won the trophy across the globe, and here also in women's cricket. Whenever we started since 2023 first edition onwards, so our one thing was you need to give support. You need to create such an environment that people, all the players, support staff feel like it's a family. So that's the one thing we created, that kind of culture, and we enjoy each other's success. We believe that our mindset that is very clear. You have to do well, play well, and play fearless cricket, and that's the thing we try to adopt. And that is thing Saleda also started with that kind of mindset. And at the same time, after she left and Lisa has come, she also bring that kind of mindset that we need to play as a fearless cricket. At the same time, it create such an environment like we enjoy and is having that family atmosphere. So that's why MI have been so consistent and perform so well across the globe. Men's cricket, women's cricket, and I think that was one of the biggest philosophy MI believe and MI bring that culture. So that's one more thing, and that's having that kind of cultures always been good for any team to do well.
From your conversations with Lisa and whatever you know of her as a player and as a coach, what kind of a coach is she? Because if you have to tell the Indian fan Lisa is here and she is a former Australian player, a lot of new fans, a lot of young fans who probably won't be knowing her. So how would you describe her as a coach?
I think having a Lisa as a coach, having 20 years of experience of coaching, and that's the best thing. She started her career as a coach 2005 or 6 after 2005 World Cup. I have played 1 or 2 series against her, and from that time she has been very clear, very witty, and she understands the game very well. And I think at the same time, she has coached a different team, coaching Australian women's team, England women's team, franchisee team. Even last couple of years I have worked in WPL. She knows the game. She understood the game very well. And as a fan, I think Lisa, if I say one thing about her, she's one of the most clear person. With her thought process are very clear and keep it everything very simple and give all the players enough chance to settle down. And I think that's a beauty about any coaches to give them this clarity, role clarity, and great communication skills. So I think those are the most important thing in coaching aspect, and having a tactical mind. So I think those 3 things she have, and that's why she has done so well. Her career has been graph is so successful. Coach she was.
In the press conference, I asked Harman about she's a very senior figure in the Indian cricket. Obviously, the first Indian woman to have won India the World Cup, 2-time IPL winners. I wanted to ask her about if she at all.
It's a WPL, not IPL.
Sorry, yeah, WPL. I'm sorry, slip of tongue. I wanted to. I wanted to get an understanding of her thoughts in terms of if she has at all thought about where she stands in international cricket or maybe Indian cricket, playing a World Cup winner, WPL winner, what sort of legacy she leaves as a leader, because obviously she has a certain age. There will be some sort of a transition in the Indian team, obviously in Mumbai as well. I'm not asking when, but I'm asking from your perspective. You have a very special bond with her. How do you see this cricketer who has arrived in front of you, grown, expanded her skills as a player, as a leader, as a captain, and has achieved something which so far no Indian woman cricket has been able to? Because
well, Harman, I know her since a young age and established her so well and in international cricket. At the same time, when she has joined when we back her in a WPL team, in MI team, and since I think she had been evolved in a more mature player. When what she said in a press conference that MI culture taught her how to win, how to play fearless cricket. I think at the same time. What she has done for Indian cricket, what she has done for MI and franchisee cricket, I think phenomenal. Nobody, I don't think so in recent past anyone can touch her record. But at the same time, I think what legacy she has give, uh, staying back over here, I don't think so anybody can touch in near future, because having a World Cup winning captain, a first World Cup winning captain, and having a two WPL title, and hopefully many more will come. I don't think so at this moment. Uh, Only thing I can say, that legacy she left in a future will be very difficult to describe at this moment, because I still believe she has another 4-5 years of cricket with her. So if she will be fit, she can continue and she can do well and she can win the game, because that's the best thing about her, because she loves those challenges, and whenever those crucial times came, she always hands up and say, I'm going to do it. And having that kind of mindset, it's not having all the way. It's unique things. And I hope she continue that things in her entire career, next 4-5 years.
And because we're talking on Harmanpreet and World Cup, just wanted to ask one more question before getting on the topic questions. That gesture of hand celebrating with you that night, the three of you, Mitali that was there, and Jhulan was there, you were there, and all the visuals were very pretty emotional for people who have not just enjoyed that win, but more so for people who have covered the sport from the time it started taking its flight, probably around 4-5 years back when Harman was kind of appointed as leader. WPL also came along, which also gave a different kind of a boost to Indian cricket. Uh, because you were there, you celebrated. It was a very emotional moment. What sort of words were exchanged? What did you all speak about at that point in time? Because holding on to that trophy must have been very, very special for you. But was there anything that you exchanged and that something that would remain with you all in memories forever?
Do you think at that time we can exchange any word? I think that was absolutely pure emotions and come out. And first of all, I must thanks to Harman and Smriti and entire team where they come forward. It was not a planned. It was, I know we're doing a broadcasting thing, and we have told by our producer that we can, while they're thanking the crowd, we can take one question today if they can do that. That was a plan from our side. But where those girls come forward towards us and celebrate that moment, I don't think so Indian cricket ever saw, any sports team ever saw this kind of gesture, what they have given to us. I think that's why Harman, Smriti and their team was ahead than others. And that's why they remember they're all seniors starting from, I think they started then that side with the Dynamam, what I heard, and then led by, finished by all three of us, Anjum and Mithali and me, and Rima was there. So I think it was unforgettable moment. I did not expect that they'll come that way and celebrate that moment. It was really special for us, and we must thanks to Harman, Smriti, and entire team, the way they allow us to be part of that winning moment, because that was the biggest moment. We all grow up as a youngsters to win the World Cup, but we played many times in the World Cup but could not win the trophy. But this time they have done it, so it was a special moment. And I remember Smriti and Harman, and to last World Cup 2022 when we played, that was my last World Cup, and they said that next World Cup in India, so hopefully we'll win the trophy and we'll definitely celebrate with you. And I thought, yes, we'll definitely win. But I was there or not, that doesn't matter. But you guys must win. So I think that promise they have kept it to me, and that's why I have always said that Smriti and Harman was very special to me, and they have done really well and in international cricket. And as a fan of Harman and Smriti, I'm really overwhelming that moment. That was unforgettable moment for me.
In the press conference, you kind of refused to take names of the players in particular, like as to who should we all look forward to. But one player I wanted to understand from you, because you being a fast bowler, and Mumbai Indians have brought in a very young fast bowler, I believe from Australia, Billy Worth. From the action that she has, she seems to generate a lot of pace, a lot of lateral movement as well. Is that the case from whatever you have seen of her in the practice sessions? And how, or if she could be the X factor, if I may add?
Well, it's going to be difficult to, as a coaching point of view, difficult to say one player's name. It's not going to be fair. But one thing I must say, when throughout the year, our scout team is working hard to bring those kind of raw talent in our system, and we can groom them and give them the proper exposure and in train them in a mindset, challenging mindset, all those things we train with them, work with them to do well in the future in their career. And again, that girl, very young, coming from all the way from Australia, bringing a lot of value, having a good ear pace because she bowled mostly 115, 120 k consistently, bowling in a hard length. And generally, in young age, you don't see this kind of things in particularly in our Indian bowlers. So, as a women's, as a Mumbai Indians, we always believe we have Sabnam Ismail, who bring a lot of value, lot of experience. Along with Sabnam, if we can grow one more year, one more players in future, definitely she can be in our one very important member. So that's why we always try to find those kind of young players to whom we can groom them, who can bring a lot of value in the future. So yeah, she's been very exciting kids, and she's doing really well. She's having a lot of hunger to do well, to perform well in these conditions, because challenge over here is more than any other franchise league, because here the pool is very small because of 5 teams, so quality of players everywhere is equally balanced. So the challenge, the pressure, if she able to handle those things, and definitely she can be very useful bowlers. But again, as a coaching staff, it's difficult to take one player's name. All young bowlers, young players, we have to go through in auctions. All are equally talented players, and in a given day, they can be a game changer.
Just last couple of questions. So one on the composition of the Mumbai Indians squad for the WPL. There's a lot of experience. Nancy O'Brien, Hayley Matthews, Harmanpreet is there, Amelia Kaur is there. So they are absolutely in their own individual rights. They are match winners, and obviously there are young players as well, like Willie and there's Kamalini. Is this the best composition from your perspective? I mean, taking your Mumbai Indians setup across the board, you see that this is the best balance any team could have probably achieved.
If you go through the last year final, I think mostly, I think out of 11, 9 players were able to bring her back through the auctions. So that was a huge challenge for us, having our own setup, own core player. And why we're supporting our own players? Because they have done so well, they have performed well for our franchises, they bring a lot of values, and as an individual, they are the match winners. And having Hayley Matthews, Natskiva Brandt, Harman, Amelia Kaur, Shabnam Ismail, Amanjot Kaur, those all are very exciting international cricketer, and they have been performed so well throughout the year, and different leagues. Whenever they perform for international cricket, whenever they played international cricket, they perform. So for me, they are out and out match winner. And with that, having those quality youngsters like Kamlini, Shanskiti Gupta, Triveni Bashist, all of them, as Sanjana, if they can learn from their things from those quality international players, so it's going to be a huge thing. So that was a main thing. And having our own core team back in the auction, that was a challenge for us, and I'm glad that we were able to do that, because that was a big challenge. So I'm really happy so far, touchwood. I don't know what going to be the result is, but definitely having this kind of quality players in a dugout is always been good to have that kind of pressure to whom you are going to choose out of 6 overseas players, whom are you going to give those 4 players. Always having that kind of pressure in as coaching staff, supporting staff is always good to have that kind of pressure in the same, and they bring a lot of value to our team.
Sorry, I forgot one more question which I had to ask in terms of WPL. Saika Isha, when she arrived in 2023, she had a very brilliant start in the sense that she looked mature enough to go translate a game into the international level, but that sort of kind of didn't happen. The performances kind of petered out. If you have to say what sort of the reason was that, in the sense that Saika couldn't maintain, if I have to ask it the way that the control that she had, or probably those tight spells of 3 for 15 or 3 for 14, those kind of spells. What kind of transpired if you have to do that?
Well, first season she was unbelievable. As a dream run it was for Saika. And after that, I think she was a little bit of struggling with her, fitness, a little bit of, and these things happen. She's having a little bit of niggles over here and there, and those are the things happen. First years probably people are not aware of how much, and second was they planned well, come out and play against her in a better way, approach her better way. Probably she was not ready to things, but these are things happen in cricket. 1 year will be extraordinary, second year graph will mostly go down. Again, you have to start from bottom and try to climb up. I think she has been done so well, very consistent. First year, second year was a little bit of scratchy. Third years also she played very crucial. Last 2 games, playoff and a final, she played a very crucial role, and she have given us those breakthrough what was required in that time. So she was. It's not like that she has underperformed, but sometimes in such a crunch situation we take also some decision that maybe looks like that we throw out one of the players that we don't want. It's not like that. It's like sometimes combination situation also demands. So Saika has been done really well for our team, and only thing that second year she can be more useful, but unfortunately that was not her year. But second, third year she pull her back. Again, we are looking forward for this season because we are again bring her back in the system, because she was one of the quality member, quality bowler. In a given day she can be a match winner. So we always back our own players.
And one last question, in the sense that when WPL started 3 years back, there was always this talk that the foreign players and the big Indian players, they are kind of doing the heavy lifting for their respective teams. 3 years down the line, MI has won it twice, RCB once. I kind of happened to speak with 2 different captains across the teams, Australians only, Maniaring and Ashley Gardner, over the last 2 days, and they make a very interesting observation that even though it was the case earlier that the overseas stars and the big Indian players have to do the heavy lifting, but now the Indian players are also equally challenging them. Have you seen this change happening?
It was going to be happening. First season they are not aware of those things, how to approach in a WPL kind of tournament. They never been in those kind of situation. Now never played in such a big crowd. Never been seen this kind of glamour things. Playing with all those international quality cricketers, those girls never exposed those things, so it was difficult for them to understood. And the amount of fitness level those international girls are doing, our domestic girls was not prepared that much. They did not understand, but over the period of time our girls have been improved and they have been come long way to minimize that gap with the international players and the domestic players. And now that's why what both the international players said, what he said, I do agree with them, because now they are challenging them, and every aspect they are challenging them. It's not like that in the first year. That's what I'm saying. When IPL also started 2008, you will see a lot of overseas players, international players were taking care of the tournament. But now over the period of time, you will see whoever have quality domestic players in a side, those team has always been consistent performer. So I think that's why these leagues are really important for having a quality domestic players. If you have quality domestic players, you can do well. And initial phase was just to give them the idea how to prepare, how to deal with those young players like handling dressing room, staying with that Harman, how to approach Harman, they don't know. They're a bit scared. But Meg Lanning, but some other players, but now they know how to approach with the Harman, how to approach with the Meg Lanning, what they're asking, what kind of challenge will be there in a cricket field. These are things they understood and they're prepared. And throughout the year, they're putting a lot of effort, and getting this financial support is a huge boost for them. So I think WPL at this moment, with the international players, the gaps are minimized and they're ready to take this kind of challenge. And that's why we need a WPL since long time. We're asking for that, because after WPL, you see the Indian women's cricket growth also is much, much, much better what it was earlier.